18. It's Todd here with another devotional. I don't know if, hopefully, you got a chance to watch this past weekend service. It was super cool. Um, I know it kind of hit me hard. It just kind of got me thinking and whatnot, which I hope it does for you too each and every weekend. Um, but specifically in the service, there was a song that was sang called Miracle or Miracles by Jesus Culture, and I haven't heard that song in so long, and I just love that song, and it got me thinking, and it is part in it that asks or that says, "I believe in you, I believe in you. You are the God of miracles." And those lyrics it's just I got an overwhelming feeling. And then later that day, somebody sent me a devotional about dangerous prayers, and I'm like thinking, man, if I sing that song Sunday morning, talking about miracles and how God can do those things, does my prayer life necessarily show that? Yes, I during this time I'm praying for safety and for you guys and all that stuff. I'm praying for things that I think are big, but is there necessarily anything else that I could be really bold in my prayers with? I mean, I know in the past when I was younger, I had a really awesome mentor in my life who looked at me and told me, "Your prayer life is lame." I'm like, "That's a little bit of a judgment? That kind of hurts. What do you mean by that?" And he's like, "When was the last time you asked God to search your heart? Or asked God to do the impossible when everything else says otherwise?" And it got me thinking. I'm like, huh. And then everything got brought back up on Sunday because of that song and reading this devotional about dangerous prayers. And I just wanted to share a couple of prayers. You know, there's multiple of them, but the two biggest ones that kind of stood out to me in the devotional was in 2 Kings 19, where it's talking about Hezekiah, and there's these armies coming towards King Hezekiah, the impossible is against him. He has armies around him, he's surrounded, and he has everything going against him, and he doesn't know where he's going to go, he doesn't know what's going to happen, he doesn't know how he's going to succeed, but this is what he says. And this is 2 Kings 19, verse 14. Hezekiah received the letter from the messengers and read it. Then he went up to the temple of the Lord and spread it out before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed to the Lord, "Lord, the God of Israel, enthroned between the cherubim, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heaven and earth. Give ear, Lord, and hear. Open your eyes, Lord, and see. Listen to the words a Sennacherib has sent to ridicule the living God. It is true, Lord, that the Assyrian kings have laid waste these nations and their lands. They have thrown their gods into the fire and destroyed them, for they were not gods, but only wood and stone, fashioned by human hands. Now, Lord our God, deliver us from his hand, so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you alone, Lord, are God." You see, what's cool about Hezekiah's dangerous prayer, his bold prayer, is that at the beginning, he didn't even ask for help in the beginning, which I thought, whoa, that's a little strange. Why wouldn't you ask for help right away? But what Hezekiah did is something that I think all of us kind of miss out on, myself included, is the beginning of his prayer was a prayer reminding himself how powerful God is. And with that song, he is the God of miracles. I believe in you, I believe in you. You are the God of miracles. God can truly perform miracles. And Hezekiah had to remind himself of that. And I think time and time again, especially in this season now, we have to remind ourselves that God is capable of miracles. Even though the media says one thing, or even though everything says against otherwise, God is the God of miracles. We have to truly believe it. And, I mean, we always strive to look at Jesus' example, and so I'm going to go with the Garden of Gethsemane. And this was after the Last Supper, and, you know, I'm reading from Matthew. I mean, all of the accounts have something about it in there, but it starts at Matthew 26, verse 36. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter. Oh, flipped too many pages. Thin pages of a Bible. Oh my gosh. So he took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. That's Jesus. Jesus felt the sorrow. Jesus felt troubled, just like how we're feeling today. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." You see, Jesus wanted the cup taken away from him, and I think we all know that kind of story. But it's just a great reminder that Jesus felt the sorrow, Jesus felt the tension, Jesus felt the anxiety that I think all of us are feeling right now, the weight of everything going on. And, Jesus said, "May this cup be taken away from me." God, if you are listening to me, take this cup away. Take away the anxiety. Take away the fear, the doubt, the just craziness. God, take away the fact that some of you, I don't know what everybody's going through as of yet, but hopefully I can take time throughout the weeks to figure some stuff out and pray for you guys. But some of you guys might be dealing with layoff in your families. Some of you might be dealing with a sickness or a high-risk individual in your family who don't know quite what to do, and you're going back and forth on, do I go out? Do I get groceries? What do I do? Do I really risk this in order for this? And we just wrestle with these decisions. But we have to remember that it's God's will. It's not ours. And we got to rest in that. That God is the God of miracles. And if we pray bold enough and dangerous enough, God's going to show up in huge ways. God has an unlimited power that we can tap into. But it doesn't come unleashed unless we tap into it. We won't notice it in our lives until we tap into that power. I mean, we look at each other on the weekend, we laugh, and we can share with the kids. But now, more than ever, we have to tap into that power that God has for each and every one of us. And let Him know that it's His will, and we want to join along for the ride. Yes, I'm praying for safety. I'm praying for all those things. But we have to understand that God's will needs to be done no matter what. And God will provide comfort. God will provide peace in a world of hurting and distraught. And I can't wait to see that happen. Guys, I love you. I pray that this cup can be taken away from us. But for right now, we're living in God's will. And guys, we can either join along for that ride or we can step off the train. And I hope you join me in joining on that train and just being a light in this world and showing the world that, man, there's someone out there that loves them so much that sent His Son to die on the cross for them. The church isn't about building. The church is a group of people that believe in something so much greater that they would be willing to die for it. And that's us. And guys, let's be that light to the world. Love you. Miss you. See you guys soon.